This is a pretty violent sell signal. That is really a major sell signal that we have in the dollar CAD, and we're looking. The only thing that I have with this Brunel is the close. The low of the day is 101. That's weird. The low of the day is 101.71. The close is 101.68. The close is lower than the low. I don't know how that happens, but that means either we had like a bad tick at the end of the day or whatever, but this is a violent close. This is a close that is not comforting. This is not a natural close. This is a choking close, a squeezing close. So we have to be very careful about shorting it. But it is a sell signal, and we should be taking it to the downside. So let's look at the intraday. Maybe we get some clarity. Now this is interesting, guys. Take a look here, and then take a look here. This is a major uptrend. Yes. And this is a major sell point. And basically we have a 2 days of absolutely nothing. We broke below the structure over here, which is the 101 intraday structure. So this means we should be looking for capitulation to the downside, and I should be able to see continuation. Yet at the same time we have two conflicting rules. I have a big range to the upside and I have a big range to the downside. Each of them giving me a buy signal on either. You have a buy signal over here at these lows, and you have a sell signal here at these highs. So Brunel, you need to be careful with this one, because that's a violent close. We need to make sure that the dollar now is breaking down. Okay, so we are going to sell it on a trade below the 160, the 101.68. I want to make sure that it trades below the low of the day. So I'm shorting it below the 101.68, and you can be a little bit. That's my shorting point. And if I do short it over here, my structure point is the 101.39. That is my structure short point. It should come down to test it. And if I short it below 101.68, I have to put my stop right there above the 101.94. It's a little bit big stop, but that's what you have to do. On the buy side, and I'm more inclined to be a buyer, to be honest with you, Bruno, because if you look at this big move to the upside, this here is a price acceptance, or it's still within the gift parameters. It hasn't really broken. Yes, I do have a structure over here, and I do have a structure failure that is partially paying me. So if I get a sell then and it trades below the low, then I'm going to take it. If not, based on the intraday, the major trend is upside. That is your move. So if you can gauge with your eyes the distance, this move to there, and if you compare it to this is nothing more than a small retracement or a pullback. So my bias is still to the upside, especially if it comes and trades above the structure. So we can do a little bit actually more aggressive if you want. If you want a much more tighter stop Brunel, with this is my structure point, the 101.94. You want to be on the safe side, you're going to buy it above 102, and that will be the beginning of your short covering rally to the upside, 102.70 or 7. And if I do, I'm going to place my stop below 101. I'll put 775, and my structure long point is the 103.85. Okay, so I'm going to buy it when it gets above the structure point over here, and that will be the 102.70. That's going to be my buy. And I'm looking for a structure point to the upside of 103.85. On the downside, I'm selling it below the 101.60, which is the 68, the low of the day. And if I do, I'm going to place my stop above the 101.94. Okay, that is the dollar CAD. Okay, so we did the dollar CAD, the pound dollar, the euro Swiss. What is left? Oh, we can do the pound yen. What's left, guys? Anybody wants anything? I mean, we got the pound yen, and we can look at, we did the pound Aussie. We can look at the pound Swiss or the pound CAD.